Faceless YouTube videos are blowing up right now, and they're actually one of the easiest ways to make real money online. Those documentary-style ones, some channels are pulling in tens of thousands a month. Sounds wild, right? And nope, you don't need fancy editing skills or pricey tools like Premiere Pro. With just Canva, which is totally free and super easy to use, you can create videos that seriously impress. If there's one thing that makes or breaks a documentary-style video, it's the script. You don't need fancy editing if your script is solid. It's what keeps viewers engaged. That's where ChatGPT becomes a game changer. Just type in a prompt like, "Give me a documentary script about ancient Egypt for Canva," and it gives you a full outline with scene ideas and keywords. But don't just use it as is, go through it, tweak the tone, fix punctuation, and make it sound natural for voiceover. A refined script isn't just easier to narrate, it sets the tone, keeps things flowing, and helps the entire video come together like a pro. Canva does have a built-in text-to-speech option, but let's be honest, it sounds a bit robotic. If you're looking for something that feels more human and natural, check out platforms like 11 Labs or Play.ht. They've got way more realistic voice choices, and the best part? They usually offer free plans with enough voice minutes to get you started. Once you pick a voice you like, just drop your script in, hit generate, and let the magic happen. After that, download your voiceover file and you're good to go. It's super simple, and the difference in quality is honestly huge. Once you're ready to start building your video, open Canva and select the YouTube video option. That'll give you a blank canvas to work with. Change the background color to black. It's a quick way to give your video a more cinematic, polished look. Then upload the voiceover you created and drop it into the timeline. After that, start adding blank pages to match the length of your voiceover. Think of each page as a scene. It's a simple way to organize your visuals and keep everything flowing smoothly. Using the scene descriptions and keywords from ChatGPT, search for relevant elements in Canva's library. Save these elements on the last page of the project for easy access during editing. Alright, let's talk about your intro, because this is where everything rides or dies. Seriously, you've got just a few seconds to convince someone that your video's worth watching. So don't hold back. Start by picking 3 killer clips that immediately grab attention. Make sure they look crisp, bold, and on theme. Once you've got your clips, take a minute to tweak their temperature, contrast, and maybe even add a vignette. It's like giving them a mini glow-up so they look more cinematic and dramatic. This isn't about filters, it's about vibe. Then, set each clip to about 0.6 seconds. Short and snappy keeps things moving and makes your intro feel energetic right from the jump. Now, for the animations, this is where things start to pop, literally. Apply the pop animation to each of the first 2 clips. It's quick, punchy, and instantly makes your visuals feel more dynamic. For the 3rd clip, switch it up and animate the page instead with something smoother, like the chill effect. It gives your sequence a soft fade, almost like an exhale after all that excitement. Want to add even more punch? Drop in a sound effect that lines up with each clip, maybe a subtle swoosh or beat that syncs with the motion. And don't forget to keep your visuals balanced. Too much movement too fast can feel chaotic. Try watching it back a few times and adjust until it flows. The goal here is to build curiosity and momentum, so your viewer can't help but stick around to see what's next. Let's talk about sound design for a second, because it seriously changes the whole vibe of your video. A good soundscape can take even the simplest visuals and make them feel epic. You know, those little whooshes, risers, and impact sounds, they're not just filler. When you time them right with your transitions, they add a layer of depth that makes everything feel more alive. Canva has a decent audio library you can start with, or you can bring in your own files if you've got something specific in mind. The key here is matching the sounds to what's happening on screen. A soft fade, maybe pair it with a low whoosh, a quick pop-up animation, add a snappy sound to highlight it. But here's where it gets interesting. Sound isn't just about matching action, it's about building mood. Want your audience to feel tension? Add a slow riser under your voiceover, Want to cue excitement or surprise? Drop in a bass hit when a new scene lands. Even subtle background hums can add atmosphere without distracting from the content. And don't forget volume. Balancing your music and effects so the voiceover still stands out is super important. If you get this right, your video won't just look good, it'll feel good. People might not even notice what you did, but they'll definitely notice how polished it sounds. To really add depth and polish to your video, this is where advanced animations and creative transitions come into play. Start by taking the last clip in your sequence and extending it to about 4 frames. This gives you more space to work with visually. Once that's set, split the clip right in the middle after 2 frames. That moment right there becomes your transition sweet spot. Now, apply a circle wipe transition at that split. It creates a beautiful, clean reveal that feels almost cinematic. But don't stop there. Add a circular frame element from Canva's library and drop your resized clip into it. Once the clip is inside, enhance the frame by giving it a gradient border, something elegant that fits the mood and color theme of your video. This simple design choice adds a professional touch that viewers immediately notice. Then, to guide the eye from one visual to the next, draw a smooth connecting line using Canva's Draw tool. You can keep the color subtle or bold depending on your theme, and make sure to animate it with a wipe effect so it flows naturally onto the screen. This entire sequence takes your video from standard to standout, turning basic clips into a sleek visual experience. For geographical context, add a dark map as the background, overlaying it with other map images. Apply breathe animations to these images for subtle movement. Highlight specific areas, like Egypt, by drawing circles and adjusting their timing to appear at the right moments. Alright, let's say you want your visuals to look clean and intentional, not just a bunch of images thrown on the screen. Here's a trick that works like magic. Start by drawing a few squares on the screen. Think of them as your layout guides, kind of like placeholders that help you get everything nice and aligned. Once you've got those in place, start dropping your images into them. Maybe it's a few historical figures, or some cool shots related to your topic. And here's where it gets fun. Give each image its own entrance. One can slide in, another can fade. Maybe one bounces just a bit. It's totally up to you. These little touches make each visual feel like it belongs, like it has its own moment. Now here's the cool part. Once everything's looking good and moving just right, you can delete those original squares. Yep, just get rid of them. They were only there to help you place things. What you're left with is a super clean, animated grid that looks way more professional than it actually was to make. Pretty neat, right? Once you've got all your clips, visuals, and voiceover in place, take a moment to step back and review everything. Watch the video from start to finish, like you're seeing it for the first time. Does it flow smoothly? Do the transitions feel natural? This is your chance to spot anything that feels clunky or out of place. If something jumps too quickly or feels too slow, adjust the timing. Add transitions where they help guide the viewer's attention, but go easy. Too many flashy effects can feel more chaotic than cool. The goal isn't to impress with motion, it's to keep your audience focused and engaged. Here's a little trick. Pretend you're the viewer and ask yourself, would I keep watching this? If something makes you hesitate or rewind, it's probably worth tweaking. Keep your edits tight, but don't be afraid to let moments breathe either. Sometimes a second of silence or stillness makes the next scene hit even harder. Also, listen to how your audio and visuals work together. Are there spots where adding a soft transition sound could smooth things out, or maybe a subtle zoom effect could bring the viewer closer to the story? These small decisions are where the magic happens. It's in the polish that your video starts to feel less like a Canva project and more like something you'd see on a top-tier channel. Creating faceless documentary-style videos using ChatGPT and Canva is not only feasible, but also cost-effective. By leveraging these tools, anyone can produce high-quality content without the need for expensive software or professional skills. If this guide has been helpful, consider liking and subscribing for more Canva tips and tutorials. Feel free to share your thoughts or questions in the comments below.